only time the word black means something positive is during Black Friday. What's good, family? Welcome back. You're checked in with Ameer, Naseer. Before I start today's video, as always, family, I wish you all inner wealth, which we know is the state of our holistic health. Today's video, family, is about why I started my Loc journey. And so I'll go over 3 key reasons why I started my Loc journey, starting with reason number 1, which was I felt a spiritual calling. So the first reason why I started my Locs was due to a spiritual calling. And so I started my Locs last December 2022. And prior to this point, I would say for approximately 2 years, the idea of starting Locs, it was embedded in me, but I kept shying away from it. I kept running away from it, but the thought never left. So the idea, it never left. It was just something that was buried deep and something that I would always put on the back burner. You know, the thought sometimes would come up again, or I'll sometimes, marinate on it like, oh, Ameer, maybe you should consider starting Locs. But then I would find out a way to pretty much then push it to the wayside curb, or I'll just, just put it again on the back burner. And then when I moved from Ohio to, I remember when I moved from Ohio to Houston, and this was a season for me of, new beginnings. And at this point in my life, I was going through a really huge and important transition and transformation. I knew it was time. So at that point, I knew it was time. I told myself, you've been running away from this for 2 years at this point. I knew it was God pressing on me, because it wouldn't leave. Like the calling, the idea, the conviction to start Locs, it wouldn't leave. I knew it wouldn't leave until I actually started. And so that was the first reason why I decided to start Locs, was due to a spiritual calling. And also, by the way, I should have mentioned this earlier on, but Locs are also heavily referred to and considered as 9 ether hair for those who are scholars in the Loc community. It's really 9 ether hair. Coily hair is 9 ether hair, and I'll do another video on this at some point. But to keep us focused on this video, I did want to emphasize that point as well. And also, during this time of the spiritual calling to start Locs, I just remember feeling the conviction that it was also aligned with, the path I was on at that point in my journey in life. And so again, reason number 1, I felt a strong spiritual calling. Reason number 2 for why I started Locs was to connect with myself in my natural state, in my most natural state. And honestly, it's still related to my reason number 1, the spiritual calling. Connecting with yourself in your natural state, that's spiritual, because this is you at your core, at your essence. And so I wanted to really connect with myself in my most natural state. And it was really important for me to feel like myself, to feel that I was in my natural state. And when I thought of Locs and I thought about, the spiritual calling I had, I thought about the spirituality of Locs, and I thought about what it meant for melanated kings and queens to then really start their Loc journeys and, cultivate and, sustain, their Locs. It really is a journey of connecting with yourself in your most natural state. And this is something I wanted for myself as a melanated king, to really embrace connecting with myself in my most natural state. From early on in our lives, young black boys and girls are really taught to hate themselves. They're taught to hate their skin, their complexion, their melanin. They're taught to hate their hair, that it's not manageable, it's nappy, it's kinky. All of the phrases that people use to really look down upon our melanin, and then even early on in life, they associate everything negative with black. The only time the word black means something positive is during Black Friday. And even Black Friday has a dark history, and I'll have to save that for another video as well. But You know, again, early on in our lives, we're taught to hate our melanin. We're taught to hate our hair. We're taught to hate everything about being melanated kings and queens. And so I'll tell you all, the irony in that is that, guess what our superpower is? It's our melanin. Our melanin is our superpower, and that's what the world doesn't want melanated men and women to understand. Our melanin is our superpower. They use our melanin for some of their technologies. So it's really important to understand that this is a war on our psyche. It's a war on our spirit. And so it was very revolutionary of me to start this journey for another reason related to connecting with myself in my most natural state. And I think it's important that we all do this, both men and women in the melanated community, because this is how we then break those cycles of oppression. This is how we then start to retain our power, hone in our power. This is how we then begin to take back our power. This is how we then begin to take back what it means for us to be content in our own communities. You know, there's no need to seek validation from other communities. There's no need to lower or diminish your own power. Your melanin is your superpower. And there's even melanin in our hair. That's why our hair has that dark pigment color hue. That's melanin in our hair, melanin in your locks. That melanin, again, is showing up not only in our skin, but in our hair. That's our superpower. And so this point, to me, it was really, really important, and it's really personal, because I'm a firm believer that it's important for us to raise up our children with the understanding that they were made perfect. They were made very perfect by God. We're made in the image of God. So how dare the world tell us there's something wrong with our melanin, or there's something wrong with our hair? If the world saying this is like the equivalent to them challenging God's creation, as if God created a mistake, or as if we're a mistake. These are things that are natural to our essence and our existence, and they actually make us divine. And so, again, the second reason why I started Locs was to really connect with myself in my natural state and embrace who I am on the inside. Because the physical and the outward appearance is only a result of the state of our internal being, the state of our spirit. And that's why, you know, my motto has always been with you all is that our inner wealth is truly the overall state of our holistic health. Everything starts internally. Everything is an internal job before it's an external result. And so the third reason why I started Locs, family, Locs have power and healing energy. Locs have power and healing energy. So the one thing, there's many important things to understand about Locs, but a few things I do want to go over is that Locs, you're able to scan your environment. So Locs are our spiritual antennas. They're an extension of our nervous system in our brain, right? And so they allow us to scan our environment. That's the power in our Locs. Additionally, our Locs, outside of it being able to help us scan our environment, just think about the wiggly line in a light bulb. It's very similarly shaped to our coils that Black people have. And our coils, and think about hair in the melanated community, we're the only group of people whose hair defies gravity, and it grows towards God. It grows upward towards the sky, towards the sun, and it grows towards God. But our coil is a conductor of electricity because we're electromagnetic beings. So I just want you to really sit in on that. I mean, not sit in on that, but just really digest that information and also, you know, follow up into your own research. But it's very true. This is factual. This is proven through scholarly research and study. But the coil pattern that us melanated people have, our hair is a natural conductor of not only electricity, but also it's able to receive and emit energy with our environment. And so that's the power of our melanin, that's the power of our locks, and that's the power of our being. And additionally, in ancient civilizations, you know, so many ancient African civilizations, many of the healers, guess what they had? They had locks. Locks hold a lot of power in healing energy. And so this was, you know, something that, you know, attracted me as well as I was on my own, you know, journey in terms of, you know, moving forward in my plant-based holistic health and wellness journey. It just felt aligned with where I'm going in life, where I was going at that time and where I'm still going in life. You know, it just felt, again, I felt very aligned with this decision. I knew that Locs had, you know, power and healing energy. And this was something, in addition to, you know, the power Locs hold and the healing energy that our Locs possess, it just felt very aligned with where I was going at that time in my life. And then again, you know, where I'm going currently. And so overall, family, I didn't want to make this video too long, but those were the 3 main reasons I started Locs. I definitely would do more videos on Locs, and this video just wanted to just briefly share with you all those 3 reasons, which again were: number 1, I had a spiritual calling; number 2, I wanted to connect with myself in my most natural state; and number 3, I wanted to really tap into my power and my divine healing energy, because again, Locs hold power and Locs hold healing energy. And so I just really wanted to hone in on that, possess that, and access that gift that we have as melanated people. And I do want to end this video with the following statement: it is my expectation, it's not even a hope, it's not a dream, it's an expectation that I have for all of the melanated queens and kings out there. Please embrace who you are at your very core. For our melanated queens, we are the feminine expression of God. For the melanated kings, we are the divine masculine expression of God. Everything about our existence, from our melanin to our hair, it's not by coincidence. It's not by mistake. It's the very reason we have been made a target. And so I just really want to iterate that my expectation is that all of you melanated queens and kings, that you embrace yourself. You embrace who you are. You really embrace everything about you that's organic and natural, and don't let the world convince you to hate yourself. Don't let the world convince you to give up your power or lose your power or transfer your power to someone else. Know that your melanin, our melanin, is our superpower. Such a superpower that the world wanted to convince us that it was what was holding us back, and it's actually the opposite. Not knowing how to use your melanin, take care of your melanin, is what holds us back. But it is our superpower. And so I just wanted to really hone in on this point as I close out this video. Embrace yourself in your natural state, queen. Be comfortable with yourself in your natural state, king. And so again, family, I just really hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to share with you all why I started my Loc journey, and I look forward to sharing more Loc videos with you all. At my next retwist, I'll give you all a Loc update, and also stay tuned for my next video, which will be about a homemade frozen banana and raw cacao smoothie tutorial. And so again, family, as always, I wish you all inner wealth, which we know is the overall state of our holistic health. Peace.